Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is a sponsored video sponsored by Jaina for Anonymous. And here's Anonymous's story. Hi, Ollie. I showed my doctor of psychology my foot deformities that are a result of being forced to wear shoes too small as a child and teen. I realize now as a woman in my late 40s that it wasn't until I was 20 years old and already on my own for 3 years that the pain was comfortable when a girlfriend pointed out that I was wearing shoes that were too tight, too small. My psychologist knows of the other daily abuses, including that my parents made a beastie pedo uncle, my godfather, then allowed him to sexually abuse me. They dressed me like a boy. I remember never ever going into the playhouse to play in kindergarten and only playing in the sandbox with cars and trucks. My psychologist told me she thinks my parents love me deep down, but just don't have the tools to show it. I replied that was exactly the false narrative that kept me in the abuse, and it is. A friend of mine thinks this is a disagreement between my psychologist and I. I don't think it is a disagreement. I think my psychologist provided a defense for my parents' abuse of me. At least that is how I feel a week after the session. I feel gaslit because this doctor recommends books on boundaries that clearly state, and I quote, "Abuse is never love." I feel like I'm being gaslit by my friend as well. She thought it was great that I had gotten back together with my family one time before I went completely no contact from them a year and a half ago. How do I know if it's intentional of my friend to give an okay to my psychologist for even being so brash as to have an opinion about who my parents love? Or is it just because my psychologist and my girlfriend don't understand narcissistic abuse? I would say it's the latter. They don't understand it, especially the psychologist. I should have asked my psychologist what exactly are love tools. Please pick this one apart for me because I feel like I want less contact with my longtime friend and find a new psychologist. And there's a follow-up now. Hi, Ollie, follow-up. I made the decision to say so long to my friend and my psychologist. To recap, I was abused by the beastie pedo godfather and have deformed toes because my parents made me wear shoes too small. Those are two examples of my childhood experiences. I have been no contact with my family for 1.5 years. My psychologist thinks my narc abuser parents love me deep down and just lack the tools to show it. I was appalled and said, that was exactly this confusion that kept me in this abuse my whole life. Love and abuse. Are they tied or not? When I told my friend, she replied with this. I believe there is lots of value to take from therapy, and even if there are some points of disagreement, we can still benefit. The thing about human beings is that we are total paradoxes. We are able to say one thing, mean another, and believe contradictory things at the same time. If your psychologist is overall helpful, nurturing, supportive, etc., then it is okay for you to forgive her for something that doesn't resonate with the other things she says. If you feel like overall she is not helpful, supportive, or nurturing, I would ask if you've been noticing other things that don't resonate with you about what she's been saying. Ollie, have I been validated or gaslit by my friend above? Points of disagreements, resonance. It's all, look, you either know or you don't know with your therapist whether you're happy with her or not, happy with them or not. And you're not. Okay? This is that middle of the road bullshit that people from loving families are going to give you when you try to explain this, because they don't understand it. Because at the end of the day, they had real loving parents. Your friend doesn't understand this. She can't validate any of this for you because she doesn't understand it. She can't grasp the concept of somebody actually out to hurt you. Neither can your therapist. She knows what I've been through and knows that if in fact abuse had ever resonated with me as abuse, that I wouldn't have stayed in abuse for so long. Instead, I always thought I caused it. I resonated with the fact that I asked for it. Every spanking and broken wooden spoon, all of it. I believed that I could be abused and also loved. I stayed in abusive relationships because sometimes they showed me love when they didn't. I still thought they loved me deep down, and I just couldn't show it, or didn't have the tools then and there to show it. That's bullshit. They could always show love. They just choose not to. This I don't know how to show love bullshit. Anybody who says they just don't know how to show their love, that's bullshit. Because I guarantee you, when that person has something that they actually love that doesn't involve you, they have no problem showing their love for it. That is a fucking cop-out. That is a cop-out. Since Christmas, I've been unable to move away further than 200 miles from the stalkers, but I did everything I could to make security upgrades so I feel safer until I figure out where to go. I am okay, and I thank you for your help over Christmas. I unfortunately have had other stalkers other than my parents and ex-husband and boyfriend. More often than I want to, but do admit. I have to sort out that dynamic before I am safe anywhere. As we discussed, my dad is a voyeur, likes his cameras, constantly drove around my apartment with my mom in tow and denied it all when I asked him to stop. I don't know where I am now. They sometimes deploy flying monkeys, two uncles to call on my dad's birthday or Father's Day to find out where I am rather than how I am. I changed my number. We'll be donating soon. I can then share how I spend Christmas with Ollie Matthews. Hey, when surrounded by narcs, sometimes there is only a guy in Florida whom you've never met who gets it. Thanks for all your help to you and Charlene. Thank you, Anonymous. Well, thank you, Anonymous, and thank you to Jana for sponsoring. The narcissist always knows how to show love. They just choose not to. It's all a choice. Look, you have a therapist who doesn't understand narcissism as much as they would like to make you believe they do, as many therapists do not. That does not mean I'm anti-therapy or anti-therapist. You just need to find a therapist that truly understands cluster B personality disorders. That's it. This one doesn't, and neither does your friend. I don't know if you have to cut your friend out, but I think you should stop talking to her about this stuff because she clearly doesn't get it. And they won't get it because they were loved. Anyone who is loved in their life doesn't understand this. They don't know what it's like to truly not be given a fuck about. They don't understand it. Because they never were, and they never will. But don't buy this shit for 1 second that there's anybody who doesn't know how to show love. That's bullshit. And that's just something these narcs love to hide behind. Oh, you just don't know how to show it. Bullshit. Bullshit. So, thank you again, Jana, for sponsoring. Thank you, Anonymous, for writing in. I hope this helps. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it growing, supported, and surviving, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you guys. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box, even if you want to see a political video. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance.